it's Christy, and I would like to talk you through my self-portrait drawing that I did in colored pencil. This one is based on a picture of myself that a friend and my hairdresser and friend took of me after doing my hair in these braids several years ago. Really fond of this picture that she took of me, one of my favorites. I think it turned out really well. And so when I decided to return to drawing, this was after I had drawn Mom in Jamaica. So the last video I did was that drawing. After I'd been home for a bit, I was like, I really had fun drawing Mom, and I would like to do it again. I would like to draw again. And I said, well, let me start with myself because I don't know how this is going to turn out. And I would rather not mess up somebody else, right? Let's just mess up myself if I'm going to screw it up. So I picked that picture of myself and decided to draw it. I was using colored pencils, like I mentioned. It turned out okay. So you can see the eyes are messed up. This one looks pretty good, but this one got a little awry. The nose got messed up a bit. I think the thing with this picture, at the time when I did this, I actually did not have an eraser. So I had to I couldn't erase anything I did. I had to just kind of keep going, which is why you see on the nose, you can see where I just kind of kept going over and over and over and over again around the nose. Because yeah, no eraser. I'm actually kind of proud of it considering that fact. What do I like about this drawing? So what I like about the drawing, I think it does somewhat resemble the source photo. Somewhat. I have an issue with perspective. I have an issue with proportion. Yeah, I think those are the main problems, perspective and proportion. Because I've got kind of a weird, I was kind of looking back at the camera. I was kind of doing one of those back at the camera. So the angle is a bit, I don't know, non-standard. I don't know what you would call it. And so I guess 3/4 view, maybe. I don't know if that's what that's called. And so the angle, I'm not looking straight in, right, to the camera. So everything's, and I tried, that's kind of what's happening with the eye, because I am trying to draw sort of at an angle like that, the way my eyes are in the picture, or when you look, see, if you look at it as a line, it's going down, right? That's what I'm trying to do here, but I just didn't get it quite right. See, the bottom of this eye should have been like there. It's too low. So I have a little issue with that. You'll see that in future drawings as well. And then proportions are a bit off as well. I think I've got too much chin. I do have quite a long face, but it's not that long. And I think the forehead's probably a little too high. The chin is a little too low. So I definitely have some work to do on proportions. I do better once I get an eraser. I will say that. I believe, let me look, I'm going to take a sneak peek at the next drawing. Did I have an eraser for the next one, or? Nope. I still have one more drawing to go over with you where I did not have an eraser, and it is purely additive, and you'll see a similar problem. Honestly, again, with the nose. I have issues with noses. You'll see when we get to that one. So yeah, that's kind of this one. But here, okay, here's what I am pretty proud of it. I think that part looks pretty good. That part right there looks pretty good, don't you think? I think it does. Could have used a little, work on the mouth as well. You can see, again, is that additive process. Nothing's erased, so, I do kind of like the way I did some detailed hair and then I just implied the rest of it. I actually kind of like that effect. So that's kind of cool. The medium, so colored pencils at the time, that was kind of, I had chalk pastels, but I hadn't kind of gone back into using those yet at the time. I did have trouble with my skin tone. Obviously this drawing is quite light. And I'm pretty chocolate, you know. So I don't have the skin tone. It's quite light. Ideally it would have been darker, but I couldn't, I had trouble getting that color to really work. I managed it with the hair because I was able to just, you know, I'm doing kind of ringlets for the braids. So I was able to keep going over it again and again and get the dark color for the ringlets in there. But that for the skin, it just didn't feel right to do that. And so I never did kind of go back and make it any darker. So, I mean, you know, my eyes are obviously dark. I did manage to get those pretty dark. Eyebrows, I have darkness and shadow and stuff, but not as much as I think would have been, it would have been better if I'd gotten kind of more depth of color in this. But I have to say, I mean, for my only second drawing, after not having drawn at all for a really long time, it's not that bad. I like that it's sort of stylized. Like I didn't, again, the flower too. I just sort of implied it with the shapes, and like I didn't really, you know, I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. And the implied shape of the hair and the braids fading off, I think it's a cool effect. I didn't put too much detail into the clothing as well. I really like to focus on the face and, you know, the flower, like the hair accessory. But like once you get down to the clothing, I just sort of vaguely, okay, this is, you know, which I like. And you'll see that as a theme in future drawings as well. But this really was kind of an experiment. Do I want to keep drawing? Do I enjoy it? And I did. I very much enjoyed it. Pretty happy with the results. You know, I'm not going to frame it and put it up or anything. It's not that good. But it showed me that I do enjoy it, that I can be somewhat good at it. And it was just an encouragement to keep going with the drawings. The next one that we'll go over, you'll see, is not that great. I think it's actually probably a bit of a step back. I feel like the one of my mom that we looked at in the last one of these videos was actually better than this. And then this one is better than the one after that, honestly. But I was drawing basically at that point, I think it was once a week. So I did this one, and then the next one that we'll see in the next video was 1 week later. And then you'll see the one week after that, there's an improvement. And I think, I have to say, I really do think there's like a steady improvement after that. I've been pretty good about drawing once a week. I did stop in the past couple of weeks because I've been traveling, so I do need to resume. I'm looking forward to resuming. I'm actually taking some courses now in online courses in drawing, because I really do want to improve. I still have the same issues with perspective and with proportion. So that is definitely still something that I'm working on, and you will see that in future videos. But I don't know. I hope that you find this interesting, and that, you know, you can just kind of watch my journey of drawing and different mediums and what I'm learning through the process as I draw a little bit more week to week. I'm enjoying it. I hope you enjoy watching it, and stay tuned for the next one of these In the Mind of an Artist videos. We'll go over my next drawing, which isn't awesome, but you know, hey, I tried. And I think learning to draw, some drawings are going to be great and some are going to be not so great. But the thing is, you learn from each one of them. And I learned from it. And really, that's what's important. So there you have it. Self-portrait, me with flower and hair. I don't know what to call it. It's just self-portrait. I'm looking forward to doing another self-portrait once I've improved a bit. See, I don't know if I'll redo this picture or if I'll pick a different one, but I would like to see if I can do myself, you know, give myself a little bit more justice, give my mom a little more justice as well in the future. Stay tuned, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.